Very quickly solve this question. Number one, without using mathematical table, find it. That is your four-figure table, that's statistical table. Find number one. Find 6 log log s plus 4 equals to log 64. So what you just need to do now, looking at this question now, you just have to take this one behind log to the power of s plus 4. Then which means I can also say log s plus 4 is to power 6 equals to log 64. So since I'm having log here, then I can cancel it out. So what I'm left with is s plus 4 raised to power 6 equals to 64. Then finding the sixth root of, I'm removing this one, I'm taking it to this side, that is the sixth root of 64. So s plus 4, what does this one mean? It means that what is the particular number you multiply 6 times to get 64? That would be 2. So therefore s equals to 2 minus 4. So have s equals to minus 2. So that is how you solve that. Now looking at question 2 now. Question 2 is saying that if log 2s plus 1 base 10 minus log 3s minus 2 base 10 equals to 1, find s. Now looking at the question now, how do you do this? Now if you look at the earlier video I explained on logarithm, I told you that whenever you are having subtraction in between two logs, so you can take the logs, multiply the logs, divide the log rather. So what do I mean? I can put, since they have the same base, so I have log 2s plus 1 divided by, because of this minus, that's why I'm dividing it, divided by 3s minus 2 base 10. So if you have this initially, you can swear take it to this line, so which is equal to 1. And don't forget I explained something like if you have log a base b equals to c, it's like we are doing something of cross multiplication. It's not cross multiplication, but that is how I normally tackle it. So this b now will push this c, so it will be b will be raising 3 c, then y a comes down. So at the end of the day, this one become a equals to b raised to power c. So we are applying the same trick here. So 10 will push 1 while this one comes down. So you have 2s plus 1 over 3s minus 2 equals to 10 raised to power 1, and 10 raised to power 1 is 10. So by the time you cross multiply now, what I will have is 2s plus 1 equals to 10 into 3s minus 2. Then let's open the bracket. 2s plus 1 equals to 10 times 3. I'll have 30s minus 10 times 2 minus 20. If you collect terms, I have 1. If this one comes to this, I become plus 20 equals to, because it's crossing the equality sign, 30 remain where it is, and I'm bringing 2s to this side, become minus 2s. So at the end of the day, I have 21 equals to 28x. So therefore s equals to 21 over 28. You can choose to leave it like this, or 3 here, 7 over 3 in 28, 7 3 in 28, 7, 8, 9. Is it 3 now? Okay, sorry, 7 here, let me do it, sorry, 7 here, 3, 7 here, 3, then 7 here, 4. So that is the final answer. Now question 3. So question 3 says that a fair die is ruled. A fair die is ruled once. What is the probability of obtaining a number less than 3? Now before you solve this question, you have to know what a die is. A die is something like that has six faces. So now when you look at this, so one face will be having 1 dot, another face will be having 2 dots, another face will be having 3 dots, and 3 dots, another face will have 4 dots, another face will have 5 dots, and 6 dots. So now if the probability, which means I will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so containing each faces. Now what's the probability of picking? If you look at it now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so the total here now that we are counting now is 6. Now what is the probability of obtaining a number less than 3? a number less than 3. They didn't say less than 3 or equals to 3. So a number less than 3 is 1 or what? Or 2. So which means we are just having only 2 number out of 6. So the probability of picking a number less than 3 will just be 2 over 6, which is 1 over 3. So that is how to answer that one. Now looking at question number 5 says that a die is rolled 200 times. The outcome obtained are shown in the table below. So this is everything you are having now. Now the first question says that what is the probability of obtaining a 2? Now probability of obtaining a 2. So I've already shown you how a die look like. So which means having 6 faces. So if it's having 6 faces and now they now throw the same die 200 times and this is the outcome. So what is the probability of obtaining a 2? And if you look at here, we are having 2. What is under 2? So which means 2 appears how many times? 30 times. 2 appear how many times? 30 times. So it will now be probability. This is the outcome now over total, and you can if you add everything here now to give you 200, and you have already made 2. So now number 5, the probability of obtaining a 2 now will now be what? Looking at this, 30 over 200. 30 over 200. So that is that. That is 5 Roman figure 1. Then 5 Roman figure 2. 5 Roman figure 2 says that what is the probability of obtaining a number less than 3? Now a number less than 3. So 3 is not included. See, this is 3 here. Numbers that are lesser than 3 are 1 and 2. So you sum up these two together divided by the total, which means this plus this will be giving me 55. 30, okay, 55. Then the total number is what? The total number is 200. Are you getting it now? A number less than 3, it will be this or this, and all means addition. So the probability of picking a number that is less than 3 is under that is 25 plus 30 over 200. That will give us 55 over 200. So you can still simplify it further. Then Roman figure 3 says that what is the probability of obtaining at least 4? This is where most of students, I also made this mistake. So when they are saying at least, it means that is the minimum you can ever have in that place. At least 4. So anything aside 4, maybe 3, be it 2, but you want, you can't choose it. Now if you look at this table now, so at least 4, that is the least you can see. If you are choosing 3, is out of it. So at least 4. So I will start from here. It could be 4, 5 or 6. So you'll be having 28 plus 40 plus 32. That will give me 60. That is 100. So which means you'll be having 100 over the total. Are you getting me now? Over the total. That will give us so number 3. So the probability of picking at least 4 will now be, we are summing 28 plus 40 plus 32. That is 100 over 200. It could be 1 over 2. Now last one now was now saying what is the probability of obtaining at most 3. So at most 3. So which means the highest number you will have in that that particular point must be 3. Anything beyond 3 is 0. So which means you can have 1, you can have 2, and you can also have 3, because they mention it that what is the probability of at most. So the difference between at least and at most is that at least means you are starting from that particular number to the extreme, while at most means when you start from the beginning of whatever you are giving. If you start from the beginning of whatever you are giving, you stop at that point. Why at least means start at that point. At least means start at this point. Why at most means stop at this point. So now looking at most 3. So we're having 1, 2 and 3. So what are the numbers? How many times do they appear? 25, 30, 45. This will give me 70, that is 100 too. So number 4, probability of obtaining at most 3 will now be the 1, 2 and 3, which is the total is 100 over 200. So which is still half, equals to half. And don't forget why I'm using probability. Don't forget that probability is what? The total, that is outcome, that is possible. I say possible over total possible. Possible in the sense that what you possible. So what you are considering, the question they are asking you over the total. So that is how to deal with this type of question. So you can watch the video over and over again to solve all this one. Thank you.